Hey guys, welcome back, and I'm ready to do a music review here today. And I've been getting ready to upload things, and definitely have a lot of great content coming to you soon. I did come across my list of 14 bands. If anybody didn't know, if anybody, which a lot of people probably didn't really follow those videos. I did come across the list that I had and transferring over to this computer and putting things on my Google Drive thing, which is really cool. If you haven't checked out Google Drive, wow, that is so amazing, especially for switching computers and things like that and getting some of your data onto there so you can just transfer it onto your new computer um, whenever it comes about. So it's really cool to kind of keep those kind of files on that program because you have up to 15 gigabytes, so it's really, really cool. But today is a music review, and today we're going to be talking about a couple. I have my notes. Let me move my computer here. Yeah, you moved with me. All right, here we go. So today we're going to be talking about Judah and the Lion and Ed Sheeran. So these are kind of two bands that have. I assume Judah and the Lion's going to be really big, but I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll just have a couple hits and disappear. Um, There was a band, I can't remember the name of the band. They had a hit like last year, and it seemed they just like fell into obscurity. So hopefully Judah and the Lion's not. They're very. So hopefully, But let's talk about Judah and the Lion. Based in Nashville, Tennessee. Um, I think I heard about this band when I was living down there. When I was looking online for bands that were in the area, and I was doing these videos down there. Um, I don't think I was doing, was I doing? Yeah, I was doing 14 bands still when I was down there. Um, but initially, Judah and the Lion was Christian, a Christian band. That's what they were trying to do. And they don't really, I don't think they really cuss too much. If they do, I haven't heard much. So I don't know. I don't really think they do. They've been together since 2011. The singer's name is Judah Akers. I think that's how you say it. If I mispronounce it, I apologize. And he plays guitar. And then there's mandolin and banjo. Uh, and yeah, there's mandolin and banjo in it. I'm reading my notes, so as I said in previous videos, sometimes I write down things. I'm like, well, what am I trying to tell myself? Um, but yeah, they have a song right now out called "Take It All Back," and it's really really good. Um, I can't remember if I heard them before. I'm like moving my paper around. What song I heard, but they have a relatively small catalog of songs. Currently, they have two EPs and two CDs currently out. Um, They're basically what I would call them was folky, fast talking indie rock sounding. That's kind of what they sound like. They kind of got that kind of vibe. Um, and I mean, it could take them far because I mean, there's been bands like that kind of like before, and not really technically folk sounding, but like people that are kind of like that, where they kind of get that kind of rap thing going on, but it's not necessarily their forte. That's their hit song that they get out there, and then people will find their other stuff. You know. And this is one of those bands that, oh, well, I think I remember what I meant by this on my notes. So they're kind of one of those bands that if you go back and you can go on Spotify, and I don't know if all their albums are on there. I'm thinking they have more albums than that that's on Spotify. Um, but if you go back on Spotify and listen to the earlier stuff, and then you go up to the newer album, um, it seems like they've kind of changed their sound for the better over time. And that's what a good band does. But it seems like they've kind of changed it to where they're almost adding another genre to like their album, like each one. So it's kind of interesting. So if they were to get better, then they would kind of tone back on the folky side a little bit. Well, I don't know. What did I put on here? Because I put something on here. Um, yeah, the only thing I'm putting here is maybe changing their sound slightly to where it could be more mainstream. And then if maybe I don't think you want to take the folkiness out of it, but maybe I guess I don't know. Like I don't know because the dude's really good, but I think it would have to be like there would have to be meaningful lyrics or something like that because I think it is. Take It All Back is a creepy song, kind of. In my opinion, that's the word. I couldn't find the word. I cannot think of opinion. That's an easy word anyway. Um, but in my opinion, it's kind of a dark song a little bit. Like, and it's kind of an emotional song to me when I listen to the song. And like, if they could tone it back and not make like such meaningful songs, it might be better. If they could do some like hip hoppy songs and have some cool songs. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, if you're a music fan, you understand. Like, because they can't continue to do these kind of songs because then eventually, like, they could do like one more song like this and be okay. But the next album comes out and they release another song like this, it's gonna be boring because it's gonna be the same thing. So, something has to give if they want to be in the mainstream. But I almost want to say, yeah, they probably will have to take out or even add in more like folky elements to get to be where they need to be mainstream. But who knows? They could be mainstream. You never know. I wouldn't be surprised in the next 5 years to have bluegrass in the mainstream. Just how popular stuff like this is getting. But anyway, let's go on to Ed Sheeran. So Ed Sheeran is somebody who I've been wanting to review for the longest time, um, and I just never got around to it. So wow, where do I even start with this guy? He's from England, and like I said, some of these people from around now, you'd be surprised how many of them are from overseas because they really are. I didn't think like in this day and age we would still be doing that, but as a culture, you don't really think about that. But I think that music will always have a huge influence, and we will always have English people coming over and doing great musically because just it's just the way it is. Like, and you'd be surprised, like like I said, take the time and look up to some of the top 10 people, and you'd be surprised how many of them are not from the U.S. You would be super surprised, I think. Um, but this guy just blew up. I mean, literally, uh, it took time for me to actually like this guy, though. But his voice and guitar just pull you in. It's really good, and some voices for me, listening to music, and just like Avril Lavigne, I talk about Avril Lavigne in my video with her and Michelle Branch. Those two women vocalists, they just have that voice, that distinct voice, and something about their voice makes you just want to listen to more of their songs. If you haven't yet to watch that video, you should definitely go check that out. Definitely worthy of listening to that video. Um, and he's one of those. Ed Sheeran is definitely one of those. I think he could sing about toilet paper and a dog or something, or toilet paper and a tree, and he'd be like bobbing his head, going, "Yeah, yeah, come on." This is the way this guy is. I mean, I think he's really, really good. Um, and I'm not gonna sit here and tell you all his albums because he actually has a lot of albums out. I wasn't even aware he had that many albums out, but if you like good if you like good acoustic, like that's a hard word to say, a good acoustic music, whatever. You need to check him out. And the reason why I say that is kind of like that's kind of what he sounds like all the time. So yeah, it's kind of weird. Like I know he's not doing acoustic stuff all the time, but that's what he sounds like. So it's kind of neat. So um, yeah, like I said, I wasn't really into this guy, and then Shape of You came on and just was just released from his newer album, and well, it kind of pulled me in. I'm a fan now. So it took me a lot of songs, and actually going back and listening to, I think, one of his first albums on Spotify, because I think it is one of his first albums on Spotify. And I think most of his catalog is on Spotify. I didn't know he sang some of the songs. And I'm like, oh, it's that guy. I didn't know it was him. Um, so yeah, like, that Shape of You is a great song. So if you haven't heard that, and maybe you're not an Ed Sheeran fan, check out Shape of You. It's pretty dang good, man. I was like, okay, I give in. He did it finally. He won me over. Uh, he proved to me that he was a singer who, deserves to stick around. Because, honestly, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if he was one of those guys that might stick around like for years to come. But after hearing Shape of You and going back and listening to some of his other stuff, he won me over. He definitely won me over. Let me make sure I didn't put anything else about him on here. No, I don't believe so. I did. But yeah, Ed Sheeran, uh, Judah and the Lion, definitely check those people out, artists out. You can listen to them on Spotify. I'm sure you can find them on YouTube. Definitely worth checking out two huge artists that are probably hugely popular right now. So, and the weirdest thing about Judah and the Lion is you think, I mean, Take All Back is on the radio. It's on the radio in Indiana right now. I know that. And it's pretty popular on the radio. So, surprising me surprisingly, you couldn't find it in a lot of stores that I was looking for the album. So I'm like, okay. I was kind of surprised by that. So don't be surprised if we go to look for the album, like to buy it physically in the store, and you can't find it, because I wouldn't be surprised. Um, Now it's out. I'm pretty sure it's out. It's out on Spotify, so usually that means you can buy it. So you might have trouble finding it. If you don't, then well, awesome. You should pick it up. And they have other albums out too that sounded really, really good. So um, I don't remember what the album was called, the newer album either. I didn't write it down. I failed you. I apologize. So sorry. Anyways, Judah and the Lion, Ed Sheeran, check them out. Let me know what you think about them. If you've already heard them and you love them, let me know down below. Or if you hate them, tell me about that too. What do you hate about them? Um, Anyway, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. And bradtragic.weebly.com, continuing to try and make that all things Brad Tragic. If you want to head over there and check out the website, different things on there. I'm still working on it. Bear with me. Anyway, I'm a slowbie. I take forever to get things done, so sorry. As always, keep rocking and keep listening to music.